Hey, Chef Billy Parisi here with Heinen's. Thanks so much for stopping by. I want to show you how to perfectly pan-sear sea scallops every single time. There are definitely different types of scallops out there, the most common ones being bay scallops and sea scallops. Bay scallops, which are typically smaller and sweeter, are caught closer to land in the bay, while sea scallops are caught further out to sea and are typically larger. Also, they come in a range of sizes. Bay scallops can be anywhere from 40 to 200 count per pound, while sea scallops are typically 8 to 40 per pound. The ones that I'm using here are U15, so there's 15 of them that make up 1 pound. Now, Heinen's always has a great assortment of fresh and frozen scallops, and you can definitely use frozen scallops. You just want to ensure that they are thawed. I do this by adding them to a colander in a bowl and placing them in the refrigerator. All right, the first thing to do with these scallops are removing the foot. This is that little muscle that connects the scallop to the shell, and it can be very tough when cooking it up, so I suggest removing it. Next, super important, blot them very dry on both sides with paper towels. If they're too wet, they'll secrete too much liquid when pan frying, and you won't get that beautiful brown sear on them, so this step is crucial. Next, of course, we want to generously season both sides with salt and fresh cracked black pepper. Now, let's head over to the cooktop. And really quick, when it comes to pans, you have a couple of options. I like using cast iron or stainless steel. Cast iron is fantastic because it gets really hot and stays really hot, leaving no opportunity for your scallops not to be beautifully brown. Stainless steel, also a wonderful option, can get crazy hot. Now, when it comes to oil, I prefer a high smoke point oil like an avocado oil or ghee. Both are fantastic options. All right, what we're gonna do is add 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil to whatever pan you choose. Turn the heat to high. We wanna make sure that oil is smoking and that pan is very hot before adding in our scallops. Once you see the smoke start to roll off a little bit of that pan, it's now time to add the scallops. And when doing so, do not crowd your pan. We want to sear these, not steam these. So leave a little bit of space in between each one. Once they're in there, I usually turn the heat down to medium high and then immediately add in some unsalted butter. This is not only going to help flavor up our scallops, it's also going to help brown our scallops, get that beautiful sear on them. Definitely do not skip that procedure. Now, these are only going to cook for a minute to a minute and a half per side. That is it, especially in a cast iron skillet, because it's so hot and stays so hot, it will get that beautiful sear. What we're going to do at this stage is flip them over. You see how perfectly golden brown they are. We'll cook them for another minute to a minute and a half. Now, scallops can get really tough if they're overcooked. So you want to have a thermometer nearby if you feel you need it. They're perfect when you pull them off at about 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit internally, which is medium rare. I know that seems crazy, but they're so small. The carryover cooking, once you take them out of the pan, will keep going on and raise another 15 degrees or so, making it 140 degrees Fahrenheit internally, and they will be perfect. They're supposed to be perfectly brown on the outside, but juicy and tender in the inside. Nothing worse than an overdone scallop. And I usually like to serve these up on a plate or in a bowl with a little bit more butter or sauce from the pan, and then garnish with some fresh chopped chives or parsley. And these go so well with vegetables, rices, potatoes, you name it. All right, I've got a lot of scallops to eat. I can't wait to see how perfectly you sear them up. We'll catch you next time.